Warren,
Hey.
we are not going to look through hours and hours of video for your personal crusade. Okay?
Personal crusade.
Yes.
Personal crusade.
Yes. That's what I said. Personal crusade. We are not going to spend hours and hours of police time looking through video to appease you.
What's with this attitude?
You know what, Warren? You're the one that's causing all the problems.
I'm causing problems? How am I causing
You know,
problems?
I sat there and I watched those videos that you posted on Facebook. You are just as bad as that. Not Facebook. YouTube. You were just as bad as that guy.
In Turkey Hill lot?
Yeah. There's no harassment there on his part.
Would you like to see the Turkey Hill footage of him driving around the lot following me?
I see video footage of you approaching his car. I'm saying you're as bad as him. I'm not saying that he is without fault, but you are not without fault.
Okay, so when
Right?
I'm, you know, when...
Walk away from him. Just walk away from him, Warren. And if he follows you, then maybe you got something. But if you're approaching him, then there's a problem because you are inciting him.
What he actually said was, okay,
Listen, I heard what he said and I heard what you said.
rounding a corner, okay, because the camera footage backed up, okay, that's how it works,
I know how it works.
right?
We have
So,
them.
so when I rounded the corner there, he says, hey, asshole, why don't you come over here and video me now? And then he proceeds in this whole thing about this disability claim.
I don't know about your disability claim.
I don't have any disability
I don't really
claim.
care.
That's the whole point.
I don't
okay.
really care.
And it was the concerns I brought up with Corporal Cleary, were the fact that wherever they're getting this information from, whether they're fishing for it or not.
You're fishing for stuff with them.
How am I fishing
Listen,
for it?
you get mad when they videotape you, right? Yes?
I
Yes?
got upset when
You
they
get
followed me
mad.
around
No,
with
no.
a 7-year-old girl.
You got
They want to
mad.
video
You
me.
got mad.
They've been doing that for months,
You've
man.
been videoing them for months.
I've been videoing
They're doing
documentation
exactly what-
of actual activities going on.
They're
They have
doing
no. The logic and the reasoning behind what I'm doing and why is well noted and legal. Okay, the only reason they're doing what they're doing is to intimidate me.
They're allowed to videotape you just as much as you're allowed to videotape them.
It's a question of intent, and that's the legal standpoint of it.
Where did you get your law degree?
How much time have you spent looking this stuff up? How much First Amendment research have you done?
Pretty much. I have a master's degree in criminal justice. I've done my share.
Okay,
I've
so
been going
firsthand-
to school since for 34 years. I've been a cop. I know my share. I know.
I know
First
your
Amendment rights.
I know
Okay.
your repertoire. I've actually read your bio. Okay, so I know what you've been doing for the last 35 years. The question is here in documenting this stuff and what's going on. It is legit. The DEP finds it legit. DOT finds it legit.
Good,
Okay,
then
Department of
deal with
Justice
them.
finds it
Deal with
legit,
them.
right? But the problem is we're coming down to the local aspect and why it took 10 years to get an idle infraction enforced successfully in this town. Why'd that happen there, Chief? Took 10 years.
It didn't take 10 years. We've cited them before.
Yeah, and you lost.
Not my fault that the judge throws it out.
That's the exact reason why you didn't enforce it again.
That's not
Why we went through all
exactly
these
the reason.
arguments
Don't
over all
tell
this
me
stuff.
what the reason why we didn't
Skavinsky
enforce it.
lost because he went in there unprepared. Hadn't read what up on the
Listen,
law.
we lose cases all the time with her.
The reason is losing this case and not enforcing these laws is what's causing all these problems around town.
That is not true.
Really?
Absolutely not true. Absolutely not true. Listen, you can do your little crusade all you want, okay? And getting back to this, we are not going to look at hours and hours of video to see when there's some kind of alleged spill. Not going to happen.
First of all, it's not alleged. Second of all,
Listen, if you're looking at a sheen and stuff like that,
that's not a sheen.
then-
That's a
then-
stain that
then
starts on Main Street and
they're
travels the
stained
whole way.
all the time.
That travels directly.
They're
It happened in the
stained
last
all
3
the time.
days, and it traveled directly to their ticket booth.
They're stained
It's the
all the
same thing
time.
they did 2 weeks previous when the DEP is here when they spilled oil all over town.
Then notify the DEP.
Okay, and then they had the whole incident where they just
Notify
dumped all the
DEP.
fuel in the streams.
Notify the DEP. Did you notify the DEP?
Who do you think has been notifying the DEP,
Okay,
Chief?
then do it again.
Who do you think's been eliciting all these fines to
Then
them? Who do you
do
think
it
is trying to
again.
make a change and actually solving some problems back there?
Then do it again. But we are not going to sit there and look at video, hours and hours and hours of video.
It doesn't take hours and hours. It simply go through and then want a 1 hour window as to when it occurred. I don't need to see the bus number or have details or anything else. You can tell me what day that happened, which I'm fairly certain it was on Saturday.
Now, well, first off, you said, well, it could be from here to here. And then you gave us, now you're saying it's a 1 hour window.
Oh, it's all I need. If you can tell me within 1 hour when that hit the pavement, that's all I need to know.
I can't tell you with 1 hour without us looking through hours and hours of video.
I do it all the time. You just
Good
click
for you.
ahead. You click
Good
ahead.
for
You
you.
click
Good
ahead.
for
Is it
you.
there? Is it there? No. Is it there? No. Is it there? No.
Good
Is it
for
there?
you.
There. It takes about 30 seconds for it
Good
to
for
go
you,
through
but
one
we're
day.
not doing it. That's a civil thing. It's not a criminal
That's not
thing.
civil.
It's civil. It's absolutely civil.
So we have state agencies to handle civil problems?
Yeah, Absolutely.
So the DEP is to handle civil issues.
Yes. They're not going to, listen, that is not at a local level criminal case. They're not going to handle it.
What is it with your refusal in all of this? You
There's
are
not a
being so
refusal in this.
incredibly
Not-
uncooperative throughout
not a
all this whole
refusal.
process.
Don't care. You know what? Don't care. Because I think you're wrong in this.
You think I'm wrong
I think
in
you're wrong to
this?
sit there and take police resources to handle what you have a personal crusade. That's what I think.
Act 124 is meant to be enforced by the police department.
That's more than Act 124 that you're talking about.
This right here,
You're talking about, you're saying the idling issue, and now you're saying that?
the idling issue is what you did enforce for 10 years successfully, which is why we had all these complaints going on the block, which is why we have
We didn't
increased
have all those
cases.
complaints of block. We got you complaining.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Do I need to do a right to know about how many times people were called up there? Or how many times
Yeah.
people show up and then
How many
directly
times
go...
you called?
Yeah.
How many times you called, but not how many times other people called. But you can do that.
I could find out how many times other people called.
Go right ahead.
That's absolutely public knowledge, how many times calls
Go
were made.
right ahead.
Well, no, because between you and Gabe upstairs, you don't seem to like to be very cooperative in this borough.
Okay, whatever.
Personal crusade, you think this is?
Yes.
So you don't see any of these
Yes.
issues as being a public health problem?
It's your personal
You don't
crusade.
see any of these
It's
as being
your
a public
personal
health
crusade.
problem?
Warren, it's your personal crusade.
Your attitude is outrageous.
Oh, yeah. Well, so is yours.
Yeah, well, you know what? You don't live in this town.
So is
And that's the
yours.
real defining factor.
Oh.
You don't live here.
Okay, fine. Have a great day.
You're a hired employee.